Welcome to my monthly report on the solar PV, Powerwall and other electrical systems at our property in Huntingdonshire, northwest Cambridgeshire in the United Kingdom. This one's for July 2021. This first graph shows the electrical energy coming in from our two solar arrays or from the grid, specifications shown in the description below the video. The total solar production this month was 817 units, a daily average of 26.3 units. The greatest daily production was on the 16th, when 39.6 units were generated, and the least was on the 25th, with just 8 units generated. At one stage, the month looked like it could be the best July so far, but the final 9 days were disappointing. 68 grid units were imported in total. 8 of these units were drawn at peak rate. Most of the 60 night rate units were used to boost the Powerwall to see it through the 17 hours of peak time when a cloudy day was expected. 36 units were exported to the grid. That was 4% of the total energy coming into the property and 4.4% of the solar energy produced. This next graph shows where the consumed energy came from, and the figures driving this graph are mainly supplied by the Tesla app, with the car charging figures coming from the My Energy app. 60.9% of the energy came directly from solar and 33.6% came via the Powerwall, with most of that originating as solar. Over 181 units of the solar units went via the zappi into the car in small doses on most days of the month. A small number of grid units and one charge away from home led to the 446 miles travelled during the month, costing 1.44 pence per mile. This is the energy usage graph from the Tesla app for Saturday the 17th of July, the second best solar day of the month. With the 16th having been the best, there is little to see on the grid plot up until 6:35 p.m. when there was a short period of export. Not much, as only 0.6 units went to the grid that day. The Powerwall fed the property until the rising sun took over and then charged up until 11 a.m. At that point, the My Energy system spotted the first signs of energy being exported to the grid, and the zappi was fired up to charge the car. The zappi then mopped up the solar that wasn't being used by the property until late in the afternoon, when, after being switched from Eco Plus to Eco mode, it also took a little out of the Powerwall before being switched off at around about 6 p.m. This enabled the Powerwall to get back to full from the evening solar before that previously mentioned small amount of energy was given to the grid at 6:35 p.m. As the solar dwindled away at around 8 p.m, the Powerwall then took up its overnight job of feeding the property. This graph shows the energy going into and coming out of the Powerwall each day, as reported by the Tesla app. Just under 89% of the energy that went in during the month came back out. And here's the self-power graph, based on figures from the Tesla app, which reported that the proportion of self-power was 94.6%, with almost 61% coming direct from solar. This graph shows the solar southwest production over the years since 2012. The monthly figure of 484 units makes it the 5th best July out of the 10 years, and in this rather disappointing solar year, July will be the top month of 2021. The arithmetic mean for July now stands at 492.5 and the median is 477.5. The cumulative solar southwest total over the first 7 months of the year was 2,312 units, which puts 2021 in 7th place out of the 10 years up to this point. Here's the daily output of the two solar arrays for the past 365 days. The 28-day moving average lines have moved up and down quite a lot during the month and ended up slightly above where they were a year ago. Here's a quick look at the distribution of the energy input for the past 365 days, and just the daily solar production for the same period, showing how variable, and some might say unreliable, the solar input can be. This is the summary graph for our grid electricity usage since we moved here in the summer of 2011. The grid input has reached its low point for the year. The monthly electricity bill is down to £15.23, including standing charge, despite the introduction of the electric car. Our low mileage has meant that most of its fuel has come from the solar panels, and that is bound to change as we head towards the winter months. The feed-in tariff payment for the May to July quarter is down by nearly 10% on last year. That's it for this month. I'll leave you with the energy usage graphs from the Tesla app for each day of July and hope to see you again next month.